channel. If you visited my channel before, welcome back. And if this is your first time visiting my channel, welcome. I'm Mrs. D and I simply love to bake. So we just finished dinner. I made some homemade Chinese fried rice and I was like, I want something sweet. I want something sweet. And so I looked in my cabinet and I was like, oh, I got a box of brownie mix. I don't know how old the brownie mix is, but I looked on the back of the box and I noticed all of the ingredients. Some of them I could not pronounce. And I was like, we're not having that. And I was like, I'm sure I have everything in my cabinet or in my pantry that I need to make homemade brownies. So here we are. Today we're making homemade brownies. I found a simple recipe on the internet and hey, we're gonna make some brownies today. So what you'll need for this brownie mix, you're gonna need sugar. I always use unbleached flour. You'll need eggs, you'll need cocoa powder, you'll need salt, you'll need vanilla, my favorite. You'll need chocolate chips. Now, I found this bag of espresso morsels. I love coffee, so we're gonna add some of these to our brownies today. You're gonna need baking powder, and you're going to need unsalted butter today. And this is the butter that I'm using. And we're going to saute our chocolate in a saucepan. So you'll need a saucepan. If you visited my channel before, you know I love gadgets. We're not going to be using that many today, and I'm happy about it. So you'll need a saucepan. You'll need measuring spoons. You'll need a rubber scraper. You'll need a 9 by 13 pan lined with parchment paper. And because I don't feel like washing a lot of dishes, I'm going to measure everything on my scale and make it easy. Yes, 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 I am. So follow along as we make brownies because I want dessert today. For the full recipe, be sure to check the description box. I recently started using Kerrygold butter, which is grass-fed. So far, so good. Over medium heat, we are going to melt our butter and sugar until the sugar is dissolved. You know, I always say make sure that you read the instructions thoroughly. I did, but I was measuring out my butter and my sugar, and I added them to the saucepan at the same time, and the recipe clearly tells us to melt our butter first before stirring in our sugar. But that's okay. That's okay. We're going to go ahead and melt the butter and the sugar at the same time on a low heat. Guys, look who has become a pro at cracking eggs with one hand. And no recipe is complete without my Nielsen Massey vanilla. To this bowl, I have already added my cocoa powder, salt, baking powder, all-purpose unbleached flour, and I will now combine that to my sugar and egg mixture. forgot to measure out my chocolate chips, but I'm not gonna need another bowl because what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use my scale. I'm gonna zero out my scale. I'm gonna add my bowl. Okay. And I need approximately 2 cups of chocolate chips. This recipe calls for mini chocolate chips, but I believe in using what you have. So 2 cups of chocolate chips is going to be about 340 grams. So the majority of the chocolate chips that I'll use the semi-sweet chocolate chips, which the recipe calls for, and about 40 grams of the chips I'll use the espresso chips that, oops, upside down, the espresso chips that we talked about, because I want to get a little coffee flavor in there. I believe in customizing recipes to your liking. So let's go ahead and add the 300 grams of chocolate chips. And then we'll add the additional 40. That's 303. That's fine. A little extra chocolate chips ain't gonna hurt nobody. A little extra. And we will go ahead and mix in those chocolate chips. And we'll go ahead and add our delicious looking brownie batter to a lined 9 by 13 pan. And I've already preheated my oven to 350 degrees. And we are going to bake these brownies for 30 to 40 minutes. And today I'm going to use my little small oven. I'm not even going to heat up my house. Got my temperature set at 350 for 35 minutes, and we will have brownies in no time. Okay, there goes our timer. The key to a good brownie is not to overbake. I can smell the chocolate. I did not use a cake tester or a toothpick, but we're gonna go by time and trust that they're ready. Alrighty, so I'm gonna allow these to cool before I cut them. Oh, they smell so chocolatey and good. The thing that I'm looking forward to is to see whether or not I can taste the espresso chips that I put on the inside. So let's let these cool for about 10 minutes, and then you know what time it is. Dion, don't dance. It's not, you can't dance until it's time. Not gonna dance. Okay guys, it's been about 10 minutes. It's time, it's time, it's time. You know what time it is. Taste this time. I'm excited. This is, and I know y'all probably get tired of me saying this, but this is my first time making homemade brownies. First time in front of you guys. First time ever, not just in front of you guys, first time ever. So let's see what we're working with. Okay. They cut just like box brownies. They're gonna be better because I made them. Okay, so that first cut is always a little tricky. Whenever you're cutting a dessert. Oh, my husband just went to the store. I could have told him to get some ice cream. Yes, indeed. Okay, here we go. Oh, look how clean that came. Oh, y'all, look at there. Let me put it on a plate. Oh, look at all that chocolatey goodness. I did that. Look, guys. Look how moist. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. All right, here we go. They're not good. Oh my goodness. Yeah, this is delicious. This is delicious. I want to challenge you all. Try some of these recipes. Stop cheating yourself by buying all these box mixes. And I know you're probably saying, Miss D, I don't have any cocoa powder in my cabinet. Okay, this is what I do when it comes to baking items. I love to bake. So whenever I go to Walmart, Whole Foods, Target, wherever, if I see any baking goods on sale, I buy them. Because eventually either I'm going to try to find a recipe centered around that ingredient, or it's a staple that I always use. Whenever I find butter now on sale, I buy it. So the cocoa powder that you saw me use today, I found that on sale at Whole Foods, and so I picked it up. I was like, I'm going to find something to use this for. So I just want to encourage you guys, bake from scratch. Bake from scratch. If you can bake, from a box, you can bake from scratch. It's so easy. And that way you can control what ingredients are on the inside. Now, as far as this recipe is concerned, I believe that there's too much sugar, okay? Because I did tea cakes, and there was not a lot of sugar in the tea cakes. And I enjoy the tea cakes because they were not that sweet. So as far as this recipe is concerned, I would decrease the amount of sugar that's in them. Or you can substitute white sugar with coconut sugar. You sure can. There's all types of alternative sugars you can use. Well, I just want to say thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for supporting my channel. Don't forget to like, bake, and comment. How about that? And subscribe. Of course, subscribe. But I want you to bake, bake, bake. Thank you for watching. Be blessed. Bye.